Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your chef with delicious and scintillating scrumptious Barfi recipe. To begin with, we'll need 3 cups of besan or gram flour. In this recipe, the measurements are really important, so make sure you use the same cup size for the rest of the ingredients that you have used for pouring in the besan. 1.5 cup of sugar and 1 cup of water for the sugar syrup. This water is right now at room temperature. 1 cup of clarified butter or desi ghee. 4 tablespoons of desi ghee. We'll melt this melted now. 4 tablespoons of milk, lukewarm. Pistachio for garnish, and finely chopped almonds for garnish. 2 tablespoons of dairy fresh cream. A quarter teaspoon of cardamom powder or elaichi powder, and saffron. Grab a plate, add a sieve and pass besan through it. We want those lumps, whichever available, to be eradicated. And here these will be thrown away. What is left is amazing besan at the bottom. Add lukewarm 4 tablespoons of milk and 4 tablespoons of melted butter or desi ghee to it. Once you've done this, smear and infuse the liquids with the solids, and this is what is required to make your barfi granular and crispy, soft and delicious at the same time. You may have to rub this in between your palms to get the granulation done. Look how grainy and wonderful this looks. We've infused the liquids into the solids. Now it's time for us to make sure that we pass this again through a sieve in order to eradicate any lumps available. This time the job will be a little difficult when compared to the first time, but you have to do this because there's no way out that you can get a fine, consistent, granular besan in the end. This has to be done. It will take time. Have patience. Once done, it looks something like this. Can you see the graininess now? Amazing. Now go grab a kadai. An iron kadai is the best. Lohe ki kadai. Low flame. Add 1 cup of desi ghee or clarified butter as you call it. When it melts, please make sure the flame has to be low throughout this recipe or you'll burn the recipe really bad. Now once you add the besan, the granulated one that you just prepared, keep stirring the spatula continuously. Don't leave it even for a minute. It will take you 20 to 25 minutes until you get a firm consistent color which is browny in texture, golden like this, and the aroma will tell you you have cooked it well this way. If it looks like this, you're done. Now go grab the cream, the dairy cream that I told you about, 2 tablespoons of it. Add that. Yes, you can use any brand, that's your choice, but dairy cream, or you can even use sour cream, malai as you call it in India. Add this and add a low flame once again. Keep stirring. It'll just bulge like clouds. Don't be surprised. But after 1 or 2 minutes, when you keep stirring it, put off the flame and keep stirring even after putting off the flame because the kadai is still hot. Grab another pan. To this you add 1.5 cup of sugar followed by 1 cup of water. Cook at a high flame and stir using a spatula so that your sugar doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Wait until this melts, and as it melts, let's add some aroma to this sugar syrup. I'm going to use aroma followed with saffron strands. It offers me aroma, color, everything. This is magic. Now just let this melt. The sugar has to melt and dissolve completely. And as this happens, in another kadhai, our besan barfi is still resting. Remember? Now to test if it is done, just drop it on a surface which is made of steel or glass. Let it cool down for a while and then grab it in between your index finger and thumb and try to just separate them. It will form a string. If it forms one string, it's called one string consistency or single tar of sugar syrup. That is what exactly you need for this recipe. Drop in cardamom powder and mix it well. Remember, if the sugar syrup is thinner than what I showed you, your recipe will not hold together. If it is thicker, it will become crumblies. You don't want that to happen. So the sugar syrup consistency is the key to success in this recipe. Now if you get this graininess, you're so happy, aren't you? Now quickly grab a plate like this. In this add some clarified butter and then smear it well so that your barfi doesn't stick to the bottom when you grab it in the end. Now it is still hot, very hot. And this is when you can mold it, because hot things tend to mold the way you want them, and I want this to mold flat. That's what I'm doing using a spatula. If you don't have a spatula, then you can probably use a spoon or any flat surface object to just make it flat. Once you've done this, it's still very hot, drop in some pistachios and almonds to garnish. I'm going to show you something else as well on the other half hemisphere. I'm going to drop in some silver leaf, which I usually use for my desserts at home. It looks really good, isn't it? Now it's still warm. Make marks on this in square or diamond shapes and leave it at room temperature for 1 hour. Oh, it's 1 hour completed, and after 1 hour I'm grabbing this amazing, delicious recipe, homemade barfi but granular, just like halwai makes it. When you enjoy it in Bollywood style, my friends, tell me what is your favorite dessert in the comment section below, and which one you like to relish the most. Let's discuss what my next recipe would be that I can show you authentically created, the way best crafted Indian desserts not just look but even taste. Thank you so much for watching. I made sure that you enjoy this recipe, and there is a new festival coming up every now and then. So tell me, what is your next recipe request for desserts in the comment section below. Thank you so much, my friends. Love you all.